All right, so today will be the absolute final day of this Labor Day weekend sale. We've stalled it for some of you guys who are coming back to the office after the long weekend. No more excuses. You save 40, 50, 60% on annual newsletters, on my newsletter, Superman, Investors Underground. The market is on fire. I highly, highly encourage you to learn. I can't, talk about studying enough. We all have a tremendous video lesson library. We give webinars. You get the watch list, you get the alerts. It's everything. I just posted something today on Facebook. I made $10,000 plus in an hour on ISNS and DGLY. I see the light. Do you? And this is my view in Ravello on the Amalfi Coast. This was the sunrise. I took a picture of it. I just can't believe that a lot of you guys don't see the light. And it comes down to studying. I know this is a corny analogy, but I've been looking to short ISNS for the past 2 days. I have been. I really nailed it. My last short alert yesterday was at, 856, right when it looked like it was going to crack this level. I was like, it hasn't cracked 840 yet, but I think it can because, it's dropping fast into the market close. This is not a good company. It's up on bogus reasons. So when it's getting close to taking out all-day support into the close, either it's going to take it out at the end of the day or the next day. So I shorted at 850, went pretty much straight down. Actually hit 740s if I showed you after hours. And I covered at 770. I made 10,000 in the last hour yesterday. And then today, I was shorting it into this morning spike. I got some off at 8, what was my average pre-market? 836. And then, I covered that for some profits, and then I shorted some more in the low 8s and the high 7s. And here we are at 745. And this whole pattern, this whole, $2 a share drop, I'm not shorting it right now. It'll probably keep going down, but I've locked in $10,000 in profits, and as you can see, this stock can still spike. It's very strong, especially since DGLY is so strong. And I was shorting DGLY. I just shorted it right here at 28 and covered in the 27s in 10 or 15 minutes of work. That was 3,000. But you have to understand these patterns. Look at ISNS. I shouldn't even be doing this video lesson. I should be just shorting ISNS and just holding. Because this is the kind of volatility that we see. I was shorting this $1 a share higher 45 minutes ago. $1 a share. And, I had, 24,000. So I should be up like 20 or 30,000 today. But I play it safe. I'm not the perfect trader. Video lessons, making video lessons interrupts trading, but it's so important that you guys see these patterns and this potential and this opportunity. This is the same patterns in my DVDs made 4, 5, and 6 years ago now. The patterns have not changed. I thought that, by making the DVDs and sharing everything, I thought maybe, I could collapse the patterns because these patterns are kind of like a curse. Like I can't do anything when you get these true supernovas. My whole life stands still. I zone out people and meetings. But when a stock goes from 2 to 9 in a few days, I was shorting it here a little too early, but I covered basically break even, and then the big money, 10,000 yesterday, and then nearly 10,000 today, $20,000, all in the span of roughly 2 hours of trading because I was prepared. This is why I am so all about you guys seeing the light and taking advantage of these newsletters because it's all about learning the patterns and being prepared ahead of time. Most people are just watching ISNS and they're like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. DGLY, they're like, oh my God, in 10 days it's gone from 6 to 30. In 14 days, oh my God, it's gone from the 3s to 30. How did you know, Tim? How did you know to put a buy alert for your subscribers here in the high 3s? Well, again, this is not my first rodeo, okay? I've seen this again and again. A lot of people are new to the bull market because you've heard about the stock market. Maybe you heard about me on Fox or CNN and you're new. That's fine. We're all new at some point, but you need to study. I have a tremendous video lesson library. Use the night times. Use the weekends. Some people are like, Tim, I have a full-time job. I have to study all day. I'm at school. Use the nighttime, okay? Have no life for a few weeks. This will change your life if you put in the time, you know? A lot of people just want hot stock picks. That's not going to get you rich. I need you to be self-sufficient. My top student, Tim Grittani, is nearing $2 million in profits after starting with just $1,500 of his own money in less than 4 years. But it was a process. For the first few months, he actually lost money. But he kept studying video lessons. He studied the webinars. He joined my trading challenge. He put in the time, and now he's reaping the rewards. That's what I want you guys to do. Plays like DGLY, plays like ISNS, they'll come about every few weeks, every few months. The question is, will you be prepared? I want you to take advantage of this sale. Join for a year, and let me show you what I can do. This is your final chance. No more sales. Thank you, and congrats to everybody who's profiting and learning. It's a great morning, even before 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Awesome. So I got all excited about being up 10,000 in the day, and then one of my challenge students, Eric Wood, posted this screenshot. In one account, he's up 56,000, and the other one, he's up 47,000, all on VII and ISNS. You know, this pattern, guys, you know, I hate to take so much credit. You know me, I'm a very humble guy. But this kind of pattern that looks crazy to outsiders. You know, if you haven't studied penny stocks, if you haven't studied my DVDs or video lessons, you're like, what is this? I have never seen a stock perform like this. This is scammy. This is sketchy. I don't understand this. And they freak out. It's kind of funny to see, you know, quote, experts who look at these patterns and they just see gibberish. What I see is a pattern that I have traded for 15 years and now refined to a process. You know, Eric is up 100,000 today, but he also lost like 80,000 yesterday. So it's not exactly like he's like, wow, he just made perfect calls. I don't want you to think that. What I do want you to understand is that, you know, yesterday I was pretty much break even except for the last second or the last few minutes on ISNS, shorting this, you know, late day crash when it tanked from, I got my short off at 856 and I covered in the high sevens. Aside from that, in all this mess, I was, you know, basically break even, and it was a stressful day. And, you know, break even, as I've learned, when you're wrong on a stock, like I thought it would just collapse yesterday. I was wrong. It collapsed today. That's why I've made $20,000 now in the past, you know, roughly 3 hours of the market trading day. When you're wrong and you can be break even, that is phenomenal. So I really want you to learn that. Eric Wood, you know, making 103,000, losing, I think 79 or 80 he posted yesterday. So he's still up 20,000. So we have the exact same 20,000, but my 20,000 is a lot, you know, healthier. He is an older gentleman. You know, it's very risky, especially, you know, being break even plus or minus 1,000 or two, doesn't matter. What's most risky is that, you know, ISNS, you know, might have spiked another day. And what if he was off on his shorting by just one more day, and then he had like, you know, $200,000 in losses? Would he have enough confidence to still trade and make back the 200 or make back even like 100 of the 200? You don't want to, and his mistake was just shorting too early. You know, he was short ISNS, I think here at like in the 5s or the 6s. He just shorted too early, and you know he'll probably be fine. Like if you knock yourself out for like a week, you know, a week from now ISNS will probably be at 6543, whatever. Maybe not 3, but 654. It'll drop 20, 30, 40, 50%. So shorting a little too early is not the end of the world, except, you know, you take on a whole bunch of risk, and risk is very. Hold on, I gotta short this. I missed it. This is what happens when I do too many freaking video lessons. I was gonna short these shares at 723. Missed it. Now you see why teaching gets in the way sometimes. Oh well. The point that I was trying to make, which is more important than me shorting at 723 and covering at 706 for another $5,000 in profits, which is probably what would have happened, is that you can't just short into this craziness because you take big risks, and big risks scare you. Um, they're not quantifiable. This thing stopped at 9, but it could have stopped at 11 or 13. Oh my God, look at it just tanking. This pisses me off. Welcome to my life. A lot of people say, Tim, you don't make that much as a trader. Well, I'm up, nearly $800,000 now, 3/4 away through 2014. If I didn't teach, I could probably be up like 1.2, maybe 1.5 million, if I didn't miss trades. But so what? That's a boring life. I already have millions of dollars. An extra few $100,000 a year isn't going to change my life. And teaching you guys these patterns does. It makes it very fulfilling. So I give up some gains every now and then. But long story short, these patterns are fantastic. They're all going to crash. They're all straight out of my DVDs. I can't encourage you enough to watch the DVDs. I'll link the DVD sale page too, because we'll have that on sale for a little while more, just so that you can study these freaking DVDs and see that these patterns happen again and again and again over several years. They're the exact same things that I've been teaching. And congrats to Eric, for making back all your losses and having your first $100,000 day. Congrats to me for having a $10,000 day. I've copied just a few people. Matt McGinnis made $800 on a $1,000 investment being long. Isabella made $650 on a $2,000 investment, and she says, now I know why Tim is dedicated to trading and teaching. The experience is incomparable. T Black says DVD, video lesson, webinar, study time doubled this weekend, made great exit on VII and ISNS shorts yesterday before the run-up because of the extra focused studying. Casey made 5K in DGLY. And then, we have a new feature in the chat room, so we have built-in charts in the chat room, which is kind of cool. I copied that. And then Time to Shine said, Tim, you continue to over-deliver. It's amazing. When someone sees your marketing on the internet, they may think, wow, can I become a millionaire? It's like an over-promise to some, then you back it up and over-deliver. I know I'm in the right place. Things here just keep getting better. And here's Jason. He shorted 2,000 at 787. So he has unrealized 1,600 profits so far. I just want to give you guys an idea. Like, it doesn't matter if you make 100,000 in a day or 10,000 in a day, or if you have a $2,000 account and you make 600. These patterns are the same. I will teach them until I have no air in my lungs, until my heart stops beating, because I'm not saying that anybody who pumps this up is evil anymore. When I was young, I was like, the promoters are evil. I was stupid, okay? I'm very thankful for the promoters. I'm thankful for, whoever pushes these stocks up. I'm thankful for the opportunity. And I'm most thankful for these charts being like the exact same thing year in, year out. It's not a question of if there's going to be plays. It's a question of, are you going to be prepared? This is not over with ISNS. It's still up from the 2s to the 7s. Just because I'm up 10,000 in the morning, I can make another 10 or even 20 or 30,000. When you start understanding these patterns and understanding that you can go in and out like this, your life is really changed. And I really need you guys to understand that. So, like, when I say study video lessons and DVDs, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to get you guys to actually study this stuff so that you see these patterns, so that you're not confused like all the quote experts are when they see such volatility. You're actually like, oh, it's another one of Tim's patterns. Let me be sure not to short too early and make the mistake that Eric would, and I used to make it too. It's not just Eric. I don't want you to think, oh, Eric's such a bad trader. No, he's doing exactly what I did. I used to have huge losses. I would lose like 20, 30, 40, 50,000 and then make back 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000. So I would make money overall, but I would have like these huge losses ahead of time. Look at ISNS. Look at all this pounding on 714. This might take out the day low during this video lesson. It's midday. I hope it doesn't. I hope it bounces a little bit, but you just need to control the losses by shorting too soon, because you look at these, and this is a gimme. ISNS is a worthless company. They're probably going to do of financing at lower prices, and in a few days and in a few weeks it's going to drop 20, 30, 50%. But when it is spiking, it can go further and faster than you think. So, I mean, I was shorting in here. Remember, I was shorting in the high threes, but it would not crack in one of these dips. I covered at 370. I was like, this is not cracking. And I was damn right, because then it nearly tripled. And, you know, those of you who don't like shorting, guess what? You can adapt and actually go long. You know, this was a nice breakout buy right here over the former high, right here at 470. And it even came down again to 490 if you want to say, okay, you don't want to necessarily guess the breakout, but you have a breakout and then it comes right back nearly to the high. So now you have a confirmed breakout and a bull flag, and you can buy this breakout at 565. I wasn't even, you know, near my computer. I have some incredible stuff coming up in my life. Get excited for some TV shows and a big magazine feature. So I've been kind of out of it the past few days. But, you know, you can buy this, you can short this. It's the same patterns in my DVDs and my video lessons. This is why we're continuing the sale just a little bit longer for newsletters and DVDs, so that you can really get, you know, incentivized to just study and be prepared for the next one. Thank you. All right, I've now made a few video lessons today. I just keep making more money and things keep popping up, but this sale will end after this last email. I'm tired. I can't reply to any more emails. I just made another 5,000 nearly shorting this breakdown on ISNS. I actually wanted to short 30,000 right here at 710. It dropped too quickly. That would have been a good entry, 30,000 at 710, and I probably would have just covered here at like 690. So I could have made like 6 or 7,000. You know, don't cry for me. Maybe I would have covered at like 687. Yeah, I might have made like 6,500, 7,000. But if I make 4,500 and I could have made like 6,500, that's still pretty good. It just keeps going, and you know, it's probably going to keep going. This is why I focus on this stock. This is the single most overvalued stock in the entire stock market. It is up purely on DGLY hype. It has no value in itself. There's just a seeking alpha expose on it today. I'll probably be short this overnight, but for now I've just covered a little too soon. DGLY is fading. I shouldn't have, you know, covered that one either. This is like fire at will right now, where these stocks are just absolutely fading. Same thing with VII. This one's fading. They all move together. You know, I'm in and out for like 20 cents, 30 cents here and there, just because I'm scared. You know, I'm still scared of these stocks even though they're fading. So some of you guys are short and you're like, why are you covering? Well, you know, I've just seen so much stuff. When I lock in 13,000 in profits on the day, I feel, you know, pretty damn good about myself. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, I should have just, in hindsight, I guess, you know, held my short from 8 all morning and covered maybe here at like 7-ish, or, you know, waited till now. You don't have to be so in and out like I am. That's just me. That's the way I trade. That's how I lock in profits. I'm up 13 grand. I just heard from Tim Grattani, you know, my current top student. He actually just passed 2 million. So when he uploads his trades, you will see he is up $50,000 this week. So Eric Wood, my first top trading challenge student, before Tim Grattani was like even born. Well, before he was really my student. You know, Eric Wood was my top student. He's now a millionaire. He doesn't want me to post it everywhere, so he's one of my unofficial millionaire students. Look at this. This has no strength whatsoever. This is pissing me off. But Tim Grattani's up 50,000 this week. Eric Wood made, you know, 103,000 today. I'm up like 25,000 now this week, even while I'm doing video lessons and, you know, screwing up plays left and right. It's really, these are the patterns, okay? You guys can guess on stocks like JRJC and EFUT and other stuff, but this is the pure play. When these come about, you really need to trade these because they're just so beautiful. I mean, they're so volatile. You know, once it took out support here at 710 and in the morning support here at 705, it was a goner. And it only dropped to 690, so even if you missed it, you know, you still had, what, 30 minutes, you know, before it really fell off a cliff again. So it's staggering to me that more people don't do this. And you can see, look at all these cells. I mean, it's not necessarily cracking, as much as I want, because today really is just the first down day. I mean, this could go to the fours or even the threes in the next few days. So I hope that it bounces. I want it to bounce into the close a little bit. I don't think it's looking great right now, but I'm just so proud of my students. I just want more successful students. Some people think, oh, Tim, your students are making more than me. That's fine. That's fine, okay? I'm just training wheels. I understand my role in your life. You know, if there was a movie about training wheels created by Pixar and the training wheels are like, oh, we're going on another bike ride, this is great. And then the kid forgets about the training wheels later on, like in Toy Story, if you didn't get that Pixar reference. That's fine, you know, I would be happy. Andy can go off to college. That's great that Eric and Tim Bertani are making more than me. I want more students to make more than me. I don't care, you know, about being like the best trader. I care about being the best teacher. And being the best teacher means that your students are freaking not just learning, but banking, okay? Some of you guys don't have big accounts. You don't have the right broker. You can't even short these stocks. You're just watching. That's fine. At least you're learning. You see that these patterns are the exact same things from my DVDs and video lessons. And that's step number one. Just seeing. Seeing is believing. Because a lot of people think I'm full of BS. Think I'm full of BS. Michael Good, my first millionaire student, thought I was like a total liar at first when he's like, oh, another guy selling DVDs. Well, guess what, guys? My DVDs are real. The patterns are real. They still work, and you can make a year's salary in a day if you're fully prepared, if you have the right broker. And look at it, 660 is coming now. Ay, ay, ay. I'm not even a great trader. You know, this is what's so funny. Like, I'm totally honest with you guys. I'm not that great of a trader. I just covered at nearly 690. I just gave away $5,000 so far in profits, and it's probably going to keep going too. It might drop 20% on the day just to piss me off. Look at this. New low as I'm filming this video lesson. This is beautiful. Congrats to all of you who are short still. Patterns don't get better than this. So if you missed this time, you know, hopefully you'll study your butt off, you know, apply for my trading challenge, get in on the webinars, ask me questions, watch the DVDs, watch the video lessons. You know, you might not like my style, maybe I'm too abrasive for some of you, but it freaking works, as evidenced by, you know, Tim Bertani up 50,000 this week. Maybe he's up even like 70,000 now. I don't even know. Look at DGLY is down to the 24s as I'm filming this. I need to go back and trade. See ya. Congrats.
My name is Tim Sykes, and I teach people to trade stocks. I am a self-made multimillionaire.
So this is the ideal trade that I'm going to talk about. I want you guys to understand every single aspect of this trade.